Everybody, buenos dias. How are you feeling this morning? It is the morning of the solstice, depending on which hemisphere you're in. It's the winter solstice here in the southern hemisphere. If you're in the northern hemisphere, it'll be coming up for the spring solstice. Sorry, the summer solstice. It's day 172 of the year. How are you feeling this morning? Where are you this morning? Are you in the northern hemisphere, the southern hemisphere? I'm in South Africa, obviously, so winter solstice time in South Africa in Jeffreys Bay. Enjoying some sunshine this morning, looking out across the bay, checking in with the natural world, listening to the birds, feeling the sunshine, feeling the wind, and just feeling very, very grateful to be in this beautiful part of the world. So hopefully you're having a nice slow yin start to your day wherever you are. On day 172 of the year, according to 365 Tao by Deng Ming Tao, our word is solstice to celebrate this day. So grab your books, grab your journal and something to write with. Find that nice, quiet and comfy place where you're not going to be disturbed for the next 15 minutes or so while we read together, remembering that 15 minutes is just 1% of your day. If you can be outside in the natural world to start your day, I recommend that you do that. Be present here and now. Take a few deep breaths. Remember that when you exhale for longer than you inhale, you're sending a message to your body to downregulate, to naturally relax. So I invite you to do that at any time throughout the day whenever you feel like you need a little reset. And on that note, let's start reading together on day 172. Our word for today is solstice. When the true light appears, the entire planet turns to face it. The summer solstice is the time of greatest light. It is a day of enormous power. The whole planet is turned fully to the brilliance of the sun. This great culmination is not static or permanent. Indeed, solstice is a time of culmination, is only a barely perceptible point. The sun appears to stand still. Its diurnal motion seems to nearly cease. Yesterday, it was still reaching this point. Tomorrow, it will begin a phase of its cycle. Those who follow Tao celebrate this day to remind themselves of the cycles of existence. Isn't that something that we're reminding ourselves constantly of, especially by reading this little book? Everything in life is a cycle, and as it says here, we celebrate this day to remind ourselves of the cycles of existence. They remember that all cycles have a left and a right, an up and a down, a zenith and a nadir. Today, day far surpasses night, and yet night will gradually begin to reassert itself. All of life is cycles. All of life is balance. So celebrate, but be not proud. For whenever you celebrate high achievement, the antithesis is also approaching. Likewise, in misfortune, be not sad. For whenever you mourn in grief, the antithesis is also approaching. Those who know how to reach the peak of any cycle and remain glorious are the wisest of all. Oh, reading that passage today just made me think of the saying, what goes up must come down, right? Everything in life is a cycle, the good and the bad, the day and the night, all of these things, and what goes up. So right now the sun, if you're in the northern hemisphere, is at the highest it's going to be because it's the summer solstice, but what's it going to do after it reaches its peak? It's going to go back down and start a new cycle, right? So just remember that if you're in the middle of something fantastic, if you're having a wonderful, wonderful day, everything's going well, remain humble. Of course, enjoy what you're experiencing, but remain humble because the antithesis is approaching. What goes up must come down. But then on the flip side of that, if you're in a kind of a not so great time of your life, if you're sad, things aren't going well, what goes down must go up, right? Sometimes you have to reach rock bottom before you can start that new cycle of going back up. Nothing lasts forever. Everything in this life is cyclical. The good will eventually become the bad, and the bad will eventually become the good. It's just all part of the cycle of nature, of life, of the universe, of everything. So that's a nice little reminder about cycles today. And if you're in the northern hemisphere, enjoy the summer solstice. And if you're in the southern hemisphere like I am, enjoy the winter solstice. And we're in the opposites, north and south. So I wish you a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you so much for being here for 172 days, and I will check in with you tomorrow.